Hey everybody, my name is RC and I'm here to talk to you about a printer that I am absolutely excited about. It's the Epson Stylus Photo R3000, and it's a printer that allows you to be able to get amazing color and incredible black and white on all sorts of media types. Now, this video is to be able to kind of give you a step-by-step process on working with the printer as well as working with all sorts of different media. I want to talk to you about the things that I find really exciting about the printer, and one of the first things is this. I'm sitting here, I'm on my computer, and I'm sitting in my living room. I like to be able to have the option to take my print wherever I go and to print from wherever I am in the house. The Stylus Photo R3000 offers wireless capability. That means that you can pretty much unpack it, plug it in anywhere you want in the house, and access it from anywhere in the house. So I have a print right here. All I need to be able to do is click on the print button, and it's automatically and wirelessly going to go over to the printer. So in a few minutes, we'll spend some time talking about all of the different types and all of the different features of the Stylus Photo R3000. All right, so now let's get and talk a little bit about how to be able to set up a couple of different types of prints. I have a couple of different pieces of paper, and I figured it'd be a good idea for us to talk about just sending them to the printer. The first thing that I'm going to start with is this premium photo glossy paper. It's a standard 4x6, and it's probably what you would give to somebody if somebody asked you for a print. So this is the sheet size, so there's no cutting that's involved. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, I'm going to place it right here at the top of the printer. Pressing this light gray button, I can go ahead and bring this in, and it's all set. Now, I have a print here that I want to be able to work with. What I want to be able to do is I want to take this printer and I want to be able to format it to the size that I'm looking for. I'm going to go over here to my page setup, and inside of here, I'm going to select the printer that I'm working with. So there's my R3000. Under the paper size, I'm going to scroll all the way up here, and I want to be able to use my 4x6 sheet feeder. And inside of here, you'll see that you have an option that says borderless auto expand. By doing that, I've now set the paper size to 4x6, and I need to be able to adjust the margins that I need here. So I'm going to get rid of all of these margins. So all of these margins are going to go straight down to 0. And my cell size, I'm going to make it as big as I can because I really want this print to really pop and have no borders whatsoever. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is when you're making these types of prints, you need to make sure that you're using the correct ICC profile. So down here at the bottom, where we have profiles, I want to be able to make sure that I select my 3000 photo paper glossy. I'll leave my rendering intent as perceptual, and all I need to do now is just click on the print button. So now the file's been sent to the printer is doing some printing, and in a short amount of time, we're going to get a print that's going to be a 4x6, and it's going to be borderless. Because of the Ultra Chrome K3 with Vivid Magenta, you have 3 shades of black that you can have, so you're going to get a phenomenal black and white experience on this. There's a couple things that I think that are really, really cool about this also is that it's quiet. You don't really hear that much noise coming out of the printer, and the print is fast. So in a short amount of time, the print will come right back out. You'll get something that's borderless, beautiful quality out of the Stylus Photo R3000. Looks like we're done. A beautiful, beautiful print. So we've talked about how to be able to make a 4x6 borderless print inside of Lightroom. Let me show you how to be able to make a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inside of Photoshop. Take a look at this. I'm going to go inside of Photoshop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on File and Open. I want to be able to make this print right here. Beautiful colors, beautiful tonality. It's very, very subtle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to single click on File, and I'm going to click on Print. Now, we have a specific printer and we have a specific page size that we want to be able to select. So I'm going to go over here and select my R3000, and under the print settings, I'll click on that, and I want to select the paper type that I want to use. In this case, I want to be able to use my letter, and the letter is going to be sheet feeder borderless auto expand. Clicking on those 2 options, I'll then be ready to be able to click on the save button, and you'll notice that this is what it would look like if it were portrait. This is what it's going to look like if it were landscape. Now I got to make some adjustments here. So I'm going to go back into the print settings, and I want to come down here under the printer settings section. Inside of here, I want to make sure that the media type that I have is photo paper glossy, and I want to make sure that my color mode is off. I don't want to necessarily manage the color inside of the printer. I'm going to let Photoshop take care of that work. And I can do that by coming over here and selecting Photoshop Manages Colors. So I'm going to scroll and find the R3000, and I'm looking for my photo glossy. There's my setup. Now, I need to be able to take the image, and I want to bring the image in a little bit. So I can do that right here under Scaling to Fit Media. Or I can choose a custom size. This looks pretty good though. So I have my Photoshop Managing the Colors. I have my ICC profile set up. Now I'll go back into that print settings and make sure that under the printer settings, there's no color management that's set up. That looks good. I'm going to save this file and we're ready to print. But what I need to be able to do is obviously set my paper up. Now, the 8x10 or 8.5 by 11 photo paper glossy is a very shiny paper, right? But it's pretty easy to set up. What we'll do is this. I'm going to open this up. We'll set the paper right back in there, just like we did with the 4x6. Click on print. At this point, the printer would take care of the rest. Now, if I wanted to be able to take this print and I wanted the print to be able to have a border around it, I could always come here and scale my media. Now you'll notice that right now it's scaled to about 76%. But if I make this, let's say 40%, or make this 50%, by using the scale setting, you can take the print and proportionally make it bigger and smaller, allowing you to be able to have a white border around the image. That's what I did to be able to produce this. Now, this is where you can really see the color and the nuance of the printer really make this picture come to life. So you've got some nice blues, you've got some nice reds, you've got some magenta in there. There's a lot of different types of tonality that you see in the skin, and that nuance is really what you're looking for when you're making a print. So you can zoom, you can have an automatic border, you can make this inside of Photoshop, and it really does a phenomenal job at printing this stuff at an incredible speed. Now, the Stylus Photo R3000 handles a maximum width of 13 inches. That means that if you're looking for a sheet, the sheet's probably going to be at the maximum about a 13 by 19. Here we have the ultra premium photo paper luster. So this is a paper that's not as glossy, it's not as shiny as the other one, but it does have that photo paper feel and it really does make colors pop. I kind of wanted to show you something real quick. This is a print that I just made with the R3000. Beautiful, edge to edge, perfect. The colors are spot on. The detail is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Let me show you another one. This one is a border. Absolutely stunning. The nuances. I did this at a convention in Orlando. So the ability to be able to get incredible colors like this on beautiful paper, wirelessly from wherever I need to be able to be, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, because of the ink set that it has, beautiful skin tones. We've already seen this nuance. And incredible amount of detail. Beautiful printing. I like fine art printing, and to do that, I like using the Epson signature worthy papers. I have one of the models here. This is a hot press bright paper, and I'm going to use this with the Stylus Photo R3000. How do I do that? Well, the paper is a luxurious feel, but it is a bit thick. To do that, what I want to be able to do is I want to use the front feeder. All I'm going to do is just press this button and move this out. Now, there's a second door that you need to be able to release back here. Once that's released and extended, you're ready to go. All we need to do at this point is push the paper into its position. You might encounter some resistance, but that's okay. You can push right through. Once you have that set, you're good to go. Press the OK button, and it's going to go through the process of getting the paper ready for the printer. Now, this is for all types of specialty media that you can do with this, and it goes into about 1.3 millimeters thick. Fine arts, canvases, poster board, anything of those sizes usually does pretty good. The quality, though, that's out of this is going to be amazing. Now, it's going through feeding the media and it's doing some sort of registration process, and in a couple of seconds, it's going to be ready. What we're going to need to do here is just press this button, and we're good to go. Now, the types of prints that you get from this look like this, and this is phenomenal. Normally, whenever I work with kind of, black and whites and things like that, sometimes I see a little bit of banding, and that's kind of very distinct segments of color across an image when you're doing a gradient. In this picture of my mother, you'll notice that it's very, very smooth, and I like those nuances, and I think that has a lot to do with the 3 different types of blacks that we have here in these cartridges. Another important point to be able to make with this is that this has both photo and matte black ink, and it'll automatically switch based on the paper type that you set up. So in earlier printers, I would have to run over to the printer, take out whatever it is, replace it with a new cartridge, or I would go in and have to manually press it into a menu. The fact that it can automatically switch based on the type that I set up on the computer is a great plus. Obviously, you still have the option to be able to do it on the menu if you want, but phenomenal printing, automatic switching, and wireless, it can't get better. Here's a feature that I didn't think was going to be all that compelling until I actually tried it. It's the print to CD or DVD. And the way that they do it on the Stylus Photo R3000 is they give you this plastic insert, right? All we really need to do now is just take a printable DVD. That's the key part. Make sure that it's printable. You stick it into this insert. Now, remember that in the fine art section, we had this door open back here. What I want to do is I want to be able to close this and shut that door. Now I'll go ahead and press this and open it up. On the menu, it's going to tell you, hey, are you trying to do a CD? Oh, yeah, I am. I have it in the insert. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this, and all I need to do is line this up with the line that we have right on that media. Click on the OK button. It's going to feed that information, and it's going to load it, and then it's going to be ready to be able to print. One of the programs that you're going to install when you install the drivers and everything like that is something called a print CD program. And what that does is it allows you to be able to use this tray to insert graphics and images and text and all sorts of stuff onto the face of the DVD. By just using a file print, now you have the capability of delivering a DVD with an image to your client, and I think that that really does leave an impact. The Epson Stylus Photo R3000 has a width of about 13 inches wide, so that means that the largest sheet that you can get is about 13 by 19. That doesn't prevent you from printing with rolls. Now, here I have the premium glossy photo paper as a roll, and what I want to be able to do is show you how to be able to install it here on the R3000. I have the roll right here, and you'll notice that the inserts that you get are both right and left. They're marked. So I'm going to go ahead and place the right one here, and place the left one on this side. Now I need to be able to do something to the printer. Turning this printer around, you'll notice that we have the back door that we used for the fine art. Opening that up, that'll be the same area that we're going to use to be able to load the roll paper. I'm going to grab the paper, and you'll notice that there's some slots on the inside of this. You can just grab these and set them to those slots. Once it's in position, you can move your paper down along the track. You might encounter some resistance, but you can go ahead and push that along. You'll also need to make sure that you pull out that part of the tray. Once you do that, we can go ahead and push it along a little bit. We'll turn this around, and you'll notice that the roll paper is loaded. Now all we need to do is send the print to this. So there you have it, a quick walkthrough of the Stylus Photo R3000. You get some amazing color, you get some amazing tone, and a bunch of different media types, all in the 13-inch wide package, and wireless. Make sure you take a look at this. My name's RC. I'll see you guys soon.